Welcome back. All right, so we just had the 2 games tonight. We have about 10 games tomorrow. I'll be doing the preview tonight. It posts to the channel early tomorrow morning because there is the one matinee game tomorrow. So the Flames and the Carolina Hurricanes is where we're going to start things off. Vladar versus Anderson and a rough road trip for Calgary, and this is it's tough going through these cities. A lot of flow early on. I thought there was good back and forth energy in this game. The first whistle isn't until 1 minute and 45 seconds. The Flames then press. They're kept to the outside. Lucic was denied. Backlund was denied as well. And then Coleman scores unassisted at 5 minutes and 12 seconds. So Calgary's up 1-0. Not only that, but the Canes didn't have a shot at this point in the game, and that was the 5th for Calgary. Canes try to answer. They end up drawing themselves a power play. The Canes had trouble setting it up. The Flames killed it off, only allowed 1 shot. It was a very good first period, especially that first half for the Calgary Flames. Coleman with a net feed out of the box. That's defended. Flames end up getting a power play. Gaudreau tries to bank one in off of Anderson. While that's going on, Ruzicka fires one wide. The shots are 12-2 in favor of the Flames with 8.5 minutes left. So this period looked like it was just all Calgary. It was just going to stay that way. But Backlund had a good first period too. He had a couple of steals that I saw there early. Mangiapane's denied the Flames press. Backlund then had a shot that was blocked. Svechnikov then had a backhand saved, and it was the first good chance for Carolina. And once they got that first good chance, it starts to roll the other way. Canes had a better second half. They pressed with 3 minutes left, and fast scores during that pressure from Pesce and Shea at 17-15. Beautiful pass by Shea to get that set up, and tipped in front by Fast. The Flames then try to answer, and in the last minute, they pressed for that answer, but it's 1-1 after 1. Second period, early press by the Flames. Shillington has a chance that's saved. Dubé was in the slot. He fires wide on that chance, but the Flames are generating shots. Shots and chances for Calgary. Canes press. They couldn't get to the inside, but eventually they did. They just kept trying. Stepan scores from Lawrence and Cole at 7:40. Momentum's with the Canes. They seek another, and it's Svechnikov. He scores from Trocheck and Shea at 9:21. So that gets Shea his second assist of the game. That one trickled through Vladar, and the Flames call a timeout. Daryl Sutter unhappy with the way things are going. He wouldn't have been happy with this one either then, because off of a face-off win, Carolina scores again. It's D'Angelo from Aho and Teravainen at 12:35. So it's 4-1. And Carolina's starting to kind of run away with this. However, less than a minute later at 13:26, Tkachuk scores from Lindholm and Coleman. So, 4-2. Canes press for an answer. The Flames end up getting a power play. Carolina kills that off. Ritchie has a chance that's saved. There's another Flames power play. That led to a shorthanded break for Stepan. He was denied on that, and it's killed off. So the numbers, not really great for Vladar or for the Flames in that second period, as Carolina gets 3 goals on 18 shots. Third period, early press by the Flames. So each of the 3 periods, they get the early chances. Canes then get some chances themselves. Coleman had a rush chance that was saved. Vladar then saved as the Canes were net crashing. There was then 4-on-4 for 2 minutes. Not much room for the Flames at this stage of the game. Backlund had a rush chance. He fires wide. But then Johnny Gaudreau on a breakaway from Goodbranson and Tkachuk at 8:57. And so that gets the energy back into the game. Nice pass by Goodbranson on that one too. Flames then press for the tie. Coleman's denied. Lucic was denied not long after that either. Flames press. That pressure ends up leading to a power play. That was killed off though, and we're down to 5 minutes left in the game. So the Canes then get a power play. Flames absolutely had to kill it. Things get scrummy at the Calgary net. They do kill it off, but back to 5-on-5. Shea scores from Kotkaniemi and Lawrence at 18:08. And there you go. Kotkaniemi's been really picking it up. I've seen comments about how Kotkaniemi's contract looks terrible. Kotkaniemi points, if you look at his points totals over the last, I'll say 6 weeks, he's doing very well. He's fitting in pretty well with the Canes. He just had the slow start. Don't let that fool you. So that goal's challenged for goalie interference. It is the most baffling challenge for goalie interference I've seen. And I understand. I get it. That the announcers are trying to sell this as, well, here they'd be down by 2, so they have to challenge it. Not when there's no goalie interference, they don't. A skate taps Vladar's foot. He didn't move. There was no movement. So, why? I don't understand, because now you're shorthanded, you're down by 2 goals, And there's less than 2 minutes left. Anyways, so on the power play, Svechnikov scores from Stahl at 19:05 to really end it, make it 6-3. Carolina wins. They go to 24-7-1. Calgary 17-10-6 with the loss. They're going to be really glad to be off this road trip. Their road record, which was stellar, is now taking a bit of a hit. But again, you go through Tampa, Florida, and Carolina. Those are 3 tough areas to go through. So the shots were 21-10 Calgary in the first, 18-7 Carolina in the second, 11-9 Calgary in the third. Final shots 39-37 for the Flames. Power plays 0-4 for Calgary, 1-3 for Carolina. The hits 25-20 for Carolina. Vladar 31 saves on 37 shots. They just have this lethal offense, this quick strike offense, which destroys save percentages for goaltenders. Freddie Anderson, not a bad night. Saves 36 out of 39. Did allow 3 goals, but he makes the 36 saves. And I would say overall, they're probably pretty happy with how that turned out. All right, next up, Washington in against St. Louis. And as it's power rankings night tomorrow night, I was watching this one kind of intently because there's a couple of movements I was looking at on the board and going, all right, depending on how this game turns out tonight, we'll see. So it's Samsonov versus Husso. Early chances are for the Caps. Ovechkin misses wide. Back and forth chances. There was a 3-on-1. Leeson can't bury into an open net. I lost track of how many open nets the Caps didn't put the puck into in the first period. Sprong scores from Protas and Van Riemsdyk, though, at 2:02. So 2 minutes into this game, it's 1-0 Capitals, and it could have been more because, again, they had open net looks. Then there was, it's a wide open game early. The Caps press for another. Kuznetsov with a rush chance, that saved. The shots are 6-2 for the Caps 4 minutes into the game. So welcome back, Husso. Blues press. O'Reilly has a shot that's saved. Sprong was then denied his second goal by Husso. Wilson hits the outside of the net. Hathaway has a chance that's saved, and the Caps were pressing again. Jensen then keeps Kyrou from the net. Schultz had a rush chance that was saved. Lots of shots for the Caps, like a ton, and just the looks and more pressure going on, and you got the feeling like this one could get really ugly. But Samsonov denies Kyrou, and then Torrey Krug scores for St. Louis to tie it from Thomas and Kyrou at 12-10. Krug then had a net drive that was saved. The shots are evening up. You could feel that momentum just swing. Just as soon as that puck goes in for Krug, the momentum had swung. But with 27.1 seconds left, the Caps get a power play. So going into the second period, they have a chance to maybe do something. The Caps power play is awful. I don't know how to describe it other than what I used to complain about was I thought they were looking too often to get Ovechkin that power play goal, to keep going up the list. Now, I don't know what they're doing on the power play. It's not very good. And tonight was also not very good for the season. It's in that region of just not very good. So the Blues finished the kill. Ovechkin still tied with Andreychuk. I thought that was a point to make there. Power play then for the Blues. And then they were looking for a 5-on-3, but there was a follow-through on the stick that caused the high sticking to take place. Caps kill it off. There was a press then by the Capitals at 7.5 minutes. The Blues would press back. Nice back and forth action there and some good pressure by both teams. Husso denies Sprong on a wobbly shot, and then Buchnevich scores to put the Blues in the lead from Scandella and O'Reilly at 9:08. So the Caps had their chances to get the lead, but when the Blues had their chance, they absolutely took that chance. So that was a one-timer. Krug then had a drive on the face-off. That was saved. I had to pick her up because she was right at my feet. Blues with a 2-on-1. Perron's shot deflects out. Kuznetsov was down, and there was some wondering about what had happened. Ovechkin's stick, so it was friendly fire. Caught him in the face. Ovechkin then had a slapper. That was saved. The Caps had some momentum. However, the Blues score again. It's Sundqvist from Falk and Saad at 17:20. That was scored on a rebound after a blast from Falk there. Blues had a 2-on-1. Saad couldn't bury it, and then Barbashev does. And he does it as the clock winds down. So at 19:59 of the second period, the Blues are ahead 4-1. Buchnevich and O'Reilly with the assists on that one. So we go to the third period. Fucale starts the third, so Samsonov's night was over. Cavs had the early jump. They press. They draw themselves a power play. This is where normally with the normal Caps season, the power play is going to turn things around. I think the Caps power play hurts them more than anything. If we had the option of declining penalties, to say, no, we don't think our power play is going to help. I would wonder if the Caps would exercise that opportunity every now and then, because it can't set up. And then we had a shorthanded chance for Buchnevich that might have been the best chance of that power play, so it's killed off with 0 shots allowed. Costin then with a break. He's denied by Fucale, who had a decent third period. Scrambly play favored the Blues, up 4-1, so some back and forth play, not a lot of really good looks for the Caps at this point. Blues then get a power play, Buchnevich is robbed, and that power play was killed off. So again, Fucale with some nice saves there. Blues pressed after it ends, then the Caps, they had some pressure with 7.5 minutes left. Scandella finally clears that. We get a delay game call. The Caps get themselves back on the power play with 5:03 left. And then they go to 6-on-4 because they're down by 3. So as soon as they've won the faceoff and set it up in the other zone, they're pulling the goalie immediately. Eller had a chance that was saved, and then it goes the other way. And Buchnevich hits the empty net, and it's a shorthanded goal as well from Thomas at 16:08. So it's one of those rare combination goals of shorthanded and into the empty net. So Jensen then denied Brown on the goal line. Logan Brown almost added one there. And the Blues, to their credit, they poured it on in the last minute. They just kept going for it. So your final score is 5-1 for the Blues. They go to 20-10-5 now on the season. For the Capitals, they drop to 27-8 with the loss. Shots in this one, 10 apiece in the first, 9-6 Washington in the second, 8 apiece in the third. Final shots favor the Caps, 27-24. It didn't feel like a game, though, that the Caps were the better team, so the shots don't tell you the whole story. Power plays 0-3 for Washington, 0-2 for St. Louis. The hits were 19-11 for the Blues. Samsonov saves 12 out of 16 before he has the rest of the night off. Fucale saved all 7 shots he faced, and Husso saves 26 out of 27 for the Blues. Does that make you happy? Well, does it? Does that make you happy? Because you're right in my face. You've been talking to Bear. All right. Anyways, there you go. You guys are all caught up on what happened tonight in the NHL, and like I said, I'll be doing the preview tonight for tomorrow's games as well. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. If you're browsing your way through, you just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.